We turn now to the latest on President Trump. He ordered 1,500 troops to the southern border. The White House says the president is fulfilling his campaign promises on immigration. Senior political correspondent Rachel Scott is tracking the latest. Good morning, Rachel.
Rebecca, good morning to you. President Donald Trump has already declared a national emergency at our southern border. Now he's sending 1,500 troops there, and a senior administration official tells us this is only the beginning. This morning, the first 1,500 U.S. troops are arriving at the southern border as President Donald Trump launches his long-promised crackdown on immigration. The active duty Army soldiers and Marines deployed to address what Trump declared is a national emergency. The Pentagon says the troops include military police units, combat engineers, and intelligence specialists who will aid with detection and monitoring. The military will also help construct new barriers along the border and provide air power for deportations. A senior defense official saying, "This is just the start. We are anticipating many further missions."
President Trump is sending a very strong message to people around this world. If you are thinking about breaking the laws of the United States of America, you will be returned home, you will be arrested, you will be prosecuted. Do not come.
While the troops will be armed for their safety, the Pentagon says they will not participate in law enforcement. Border Patrol will remain in charge. There has been a drop in apprehensions after former President Joe Biden implemented new asylum restrictions last spring. Encounters now down 60%. Some local officials say the troops are unnecessary.
We don't need troops along our border here because it's very safe.
But immigration was a top issue in the 2024 election and a cornerstone of the president's campaign. In his first Oval Office interview with Fox News, Trump called the flow of migrants at the southern border a gross miscarriage of common sense.
Who would ask for open borders with people pouring in, some of whom, I won't get into it, but you can look at them and you can say, could be trouble. Could be trouble.
The administration also canceling all previously scheduled travel for refugees to the U.S. Approximately 10,000 refugees already had their travel booked. The president of Global Refugee criticizing the decision, saying some refugees were just hours away from a new life. And this morning, an immigrant detention bill is now headed to the president's desk. The Laken Riley Act passing with some bipartisan support, marking the first piece of legislation President Donald Trump could sign into law. The bill, named for the 22-year-old Georgia nursing student killed by an undocumented migrant, requires ICE to detain undocumented migrants accused of theft and violent crimes. The bill would be costly to enforce. ICE estimates it would cost close to $27 billion in the first year alone. 12 Democrats in the Senate and 46 Democrats in the House supported that legislation. Other Democrats warn that it violates due process by focusing too much on arrests, not convictions. And just one more note here, George. Tomorrow, President Donald Trump expected to take his first domestic trip as president, visiting those areas that have been devastated by the storms in North Carolina and the wildfires in California, George.
Rachel Scott, thanks.